Hello, first graders. It's Mrs. Bauman here. How are you today? Who wants to go on an adventure with me? Anyone want to go to the library? How about the park? How about an aquarium? Guess what? You're in luck because every time you open a storybook and read it, you get to go on an adventure with the characters. We went on adventures with Frog and Toad. We've been on adventures with Mouse and Mole. Today, we are going to go on an adventure with Iris and Walter. And we are going to read the book Iris and Walter and the Field Trip. And we're just going to read the first 3 chapters today. So let's go ahead and take a sneak peek. Let's look at the cover of Iris and Walter. Here it is. Here is the title, Iris and Walter and the Field Trip, and it is written by Elisa Hayden Guest, and it is illustrated by Christine Davenier. And as we look at this cover, I'm noticing there's 2 kids, and there's a girl and a boy, and so I'm thinking that the girl is probably Iris and the boy is probably Walter, and it looks like they might be at an aquarium. And the title is Iris and Walter and the Field Trip. So I'm thinking, and I bet you're thinking this too, that they might be taking a trip to an aquarium. Okay, also in our sneak peek, we can check the back cover and to see if it has a blurb. And sure enough, it does. Here it is right here. Let's read it. Iris and Walter are so excited for their class trip to the aquarium. They get to see sharks, penguins, and even an octopus. They are having a wonderful time until someone gets lost. It's a good thing Iris is around to help. So we did find out some more information. We were right. They are going on a field trip to the aquarium. But I also heard that there's going to be some trouble in this book. It sounds like someone's going to get lost. It says that Iris is around to help. So I'm wondering if it might be Walter is the one that's going to get lost. Let's read the table of contents to see if it gives us even more information. Table of contents, Chapter 1, the aquarium. Chapter 2, the bus ride. Chapter 3, where's Walter? We were right. It is going to be Walter who gets lost. And Chapter 4, the rescue. All right, kiddos, before we start reading the book, I want to go over our learning target today. I am learning to predict what will happen next, so I can be thinking about my reading. And these are your jobs today. In order to make a prediction at the end of this video, I want you to think about these things. I can think about what has happened. I can use picture clues and word clues. I can imagine what might come next, and I can share my prediction with my family. Alrighty, we're ready to start reading. Iris and Walter and the Field Trip, Chapter 1, the Aquarium. One day, Iris's teacher, Miss Cherry, had an exciting announcement. This Friday, we're going on a field trip to the aquarium. The aquarium? Said Iris's best friend, Walter. Oh, boy! Are we going to see the sharks? Asked Benny. Are we going to see the penguins? Asked Iris. Are we going to see the starfish? Asked Jenny. We are all going to see many wonderful things, said Miss Cherry. That night, Walter had supper at Iris's house. So at the beginning of our book, they were at school, and now they're at Iris's house, and it's nighttime. Our class is going on a field trip, Rosie, said Iris. Up, said baby Rose. Where are you going? Asked Iris's father. We are going to the aquarium, said Iris. On the bus, said Walter. And we're going to see the penguins, Iris told Grandpa. I love penguins, said Grandpa. And after that, we're going to have a picnic in the park, said Walter. Oh my, I wish I were going on the field trip, said Iris's mother. Hey, Walter, do you want to be bus buddies? Iris asked. Sure, said Walter. Chapter 2, The Bus Ride. So now the story has skipped to the next day when they're going on the field trip. On Friday morning, Miss Cherry said, "We are very lucky to have Jenny's mother come on the field trip with us today." Jenny gave her mother a big hug. "I know we are going to have a great time," said Miss Cherry. Now let's go over the rules. Remember, pay attention. Hang on to your partner. Stay with the group. And if you get lost, stay where you are and I will find you, said Miss Cherry. I've never been lost, have you? Iris asked Lulu. No, and I sure wouldn't want to be, said Lulu. That would be scary, said Benny. Really scary, said Walter. The children climbed aboard the school bus. Iris and Walter chose the very last seat. They bounced up and down. Benny told knock-knock jokes. Lulu made up silly fish songs. Everyone was happy and excited. Nobody thought any more about getting lost. Chapter 3, Where's Walter? This is where I'm thinking that the trouble might be starting. Be paying close attention to clues in the pictures and the words in this chapter. When the bus pulled up in front of the aquarium, Iris said, "Look at all the people." "Hey, Walter," said Benny, "that boy is wearing a shirt just like yours." "He is," said Walter. "Now, children, it's very crowded here, so keep your eyes on me," said Miss Cherry. The children walked down a dark hallway. Everywhere they looked, there were fish. "Ooh," they whispered. "Sharks," said Benny. "They look mean," said Iris. While the children were looking at the sharks, Miss Cherry and Jenny's mother counted everyone. "Okay, follow me," said Miss Cherry. They came to the coral reef. "Wow," said Iris and Benny. Walter could not say a word. He watched the angelfish swim and shimmer, the hermit crabs scurry, and the seagrass sway. Walter had never seen anything as wonderful as the coral reef. "Are we going to see the penguins soon?" asked Iris. "That's our next stop," said Miss Cherry, and she counted everyone again. "Off we go," said Miss Cherry. They walked past the starfish. They walked past the seahorses. "Oh, look, there are the penguins," said Iris, taking Walter's hand. "Don't you think they are cute, Walter?" But Walter didn't answer. Think in your head. I wonder why Walter is not answering. Iris turned around. She saw a boy. "You're not Walter," said Iris. "I'm Nick," said the boy. "Where's my class?" he asked. Iris looked all around. There were crowds of children. She could not see Walter anywhere. "There you are, Nick!" shouted a woman. "I've been looking all over for you." Nick grabbed his teacher's hand and held on tight. Iris ran to Miss Cherry. "Miss Cherry, I can't find Walter." "Walter's lost?" asked Jenny. "I can't find him anywhere." said Iris. Okay, kiddos, that's the end of chapter 3. So right now, I want you to think back to what has happened so far. Think about any picture and word clues that you noticed in this book. And then I want you to make a prediction to your family about what do you predict is going to happen in chapter 4. Remember, that chapter is called The Rescue. Okay, kiddos, I want you to remember, today and every day, while you're reading your books, you can make predictions, and you are constantly thinking and looking for clues so that you can predict what will happen next. Okay, kiddos, happy reading. Have a great day. Bye-bye.